Whenever you're ready.
Hello and welcome again to Nonprofit Fundamentals. I'm your host, Stephen Hernandez. Thank you so much for visiting my channel. If you haven't watched episode 1 of my trilogy on fund development, I strongly encourage you to pause and check that out first. The way that this is set up is really to kind of build on one another. This is part 2 about budgets. And I strongly encourage clients and just people who ask me for advice in terms of development to build a work plan first. If you have a execution-based work plan, it will make step 2, which is working on the budget, that much easier. Your budget, and the takeaway from this video is your budget should make sense. Your budget should be based off your work plan. If you're doing a lot of traveling, that should be reflected in your budget. If you're doing a lot of meetings, that should be reflected in your budget. Believe me when I say I have literally sat in grant review committees as a reviewer myself from time to time, and I've seen other reviewers take your 30-some pages worth of wonderful, towering, fantastic narrative, set it aside, and look at the budget. If the budget makes no sense, if the budget seems impractical or full of fluff, they will immediately pick up everything in the proposal and move it aside. Your budget is the way you're making a proposal. You're basically making a business case for your project or your organization. It should be clear, it should make sense, it should be based on your plan. Your budget has to make sense. I can't say that enough. So your budget should take care of personnel. Your budget, if this is an extension to your organization, this new program that you're proposing, how are you accounting for that in your personnel? If Sarah Jean is going to be doing more work, is she going to get a raise? Is it going to be offset by in-kind or matching funds from another grant? That has to be explained. If you're going to be adding some additional contractual work, is it actually in there? What's the value proposition for these contracts? All these things have to make sense, and it has to be based on your work plan. Your work plan should be the foundation for what you see right there, and it should be very clear to a funder. You should be able to come to them with confidence. We need X amount of money or investment, however you want to characterize it, and it will help them understand in a very clear dollar and cents term. For X amount of money, I will see in the community this much service, this much work, this many hours of programming, and it will produce this kind of good. That should be very clear for them and very easy to understand. If you've written an execution-focused work plan, your budget should be easy to write and it should be a very clear and practical roadmap for your program that a funder, a board member, or another investor can follow. I hope that makes sense for anyone who's watching this video. If you would be interested in looking at some templates that I use from some national funders in terms of budgets, if you've never done it before, I would be happy to provide that to you. Just comment below or send me a direct message. As always, I hope this has been very helpful to you, and look for the third part of our trilogy next week, which is going to be about writing a narrative, and those 3 things together I think will really set you on a great path for development. Thank you so much again. Share, comment below if you enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for watching. Take care.